This is a car race nearly 100 years ago. There they go, bumping around the dirt track. Spectators thrill at the amazing speed. Such daring drivers. What a miraculous invention. That was then. This is now. Spectators are still amazed and drivers still daring. Of course, the cars are sleeker and faster. Much faster. But there's another difference. Today's race cars and tracks are coated with brand names. They reflect a change in how we view the world. The cars are symbols of our consumer society. Our world, like the racing cars, is covered with brand names. Brands are the wallpaper for our lives. We live in a world of brands. Your grandparents lived in a world of goods. What brought about this change? It began about a century ago. In 1900, you could travel for hours without seeing a brand name. Most groceries carried no brand names. They were measured straight from barrels or sacks. Shoppers asked the grocer for soap or flour, and he measured and wrapped it. Any ads were aimed at grocers, not consumers. Manufacturers quickly learned consumers needed to distinguish their product from all the others. So they borrowed an idea from ranchers who branded their cattle in order to tell them apart. Slowly, consumers learned instead of saying, "Give me some flour," to say, "Give me some gold medal." The brand name revolution picked up speed. When grocery stores finally went self-service, complete with colorful packages, consumers already knew which brands they liked. This same change from commodity to brand name is taking place today for prescription drugs. In years past, a patient would go to the doctor and receive a prescription, say for penicillin or an antibiotic. Brand names were not even mentioned. Drug manufacturers advertised to doctors, asking them to write prescriptions for specific brand names. They succeeded, and most prescriptions today are written for drugs by brand name. Only in the late 1990s did drug companies begin advertising directly to consumers, the same change seen 100 years ago in grocery stores. Today, patients ask doctors for brand names. How about Claritin or Nasonex, they ask the doctor. This change in behavior is part of the brand name revolution. Marketers have trained us to think in terms of brand names instead of commodities or generic goods. You don't eat salted corn chips, you eat Fritos. You don't drink cola-flavored soft drinks, you have a Coke or a Pepsi. You don't wear sneakers or athletic shoes, you put on Nikes or Reeboks. Ask someone decades ago, "What are you wearing?" and he might say a shirt, work pants, shoes, maybe a hat. But today, you are more likely to hear,
"Today I'm wearing an Abercrombie shirt, I'm wearing khaki Gap pants, the newest Doc Martens shoes, and just a Hanes undershirt."
Call this a chicken. A chicken is unbranded, a commodity. To make a chicken unique, give it a brand. Now it's a Purdue. Branding brings things to life. It creates a personality. A brand creates a unique but at the same time familiar product. A known brand is like an acquaintance, even a friend. We're more comfortable with a friend than a stranger. Never trust a stranger, parents teach us, and we carry that lesson to our buying habits as well. Marketers attempt to stake out a space in your mind that is owned by the brand. For example, in autos, when I say Prestige, you think Mercedes. I say safety, and you think Volvo. Volvo owns the link in your mind between cars and safety, even though other brands might be just as safe. Kleenex owns the idea of paper tissues. People have been known to look at a box of Scott tissues and say, "Pass me a Kleenex." Tissue is Kleenex. Gelatin dessert is Jell-O. A greeting card is Hallmark. Inline skates are rollerblades. Overnight delivery is FedEx. Brands influence our perceptions and judgments. In one study, people rated the taste of 3 unbranded peanut butters. They did their taste testing without being able to see brand names. One little-known local brand was picked as superior 70% of the time by the tasters. When the test was repeated, this time with brand names in clear view, the results changed. Now the well-known national brand ranked first. The winning peanut butter in the unbranded test dropped to near the bottom of the list. Here is part of the mission statement of a major corporation. Guess which company? We exist to create value for our share owners on a long-term basis by building a business that enhances the company's trademarks. This is our ultimate commitment. The company? Coca-Cola. Sure, they produce a quality soft drink, but their mission statement says their ultimate commitment is to enhance the company's trademarks, the brand names. For many companies, the brand is the product. Coke and Pepsi consumers drink the brand. A solid brand is worth money, a value called brand equity. A successful brand can live and earn money for centuries. Of the leading brands in 1925, over 80% are still strong. That includes names such as Eveready, Kellogg, Kodak, Del Monte, Wrigley, Gillette, AT&T, Coca-Cola, Campbell, and Lipton. Today, internet businesses such as America Online, Amazon.com, and Go.com vie to become recognized brands. They see themselves as cyberspace versions of Campbell, Kodak, or Coca-Cola. One reason a strong brand is valuable is that a brand name can support a higher price than the same product with a lesser-known brand. Water, unbranded, is an inexpensive commodity. But this water sells for about 99 cents for a half liter. That's more than milk, cola, and many other beverages. The price tag demonstrates the value of brand equity. In England, the same factory once made identical television sets for Hitachi and GE. The only difference was the brand name on the set, yet the Hitachi sold for $75 more per set, reflecting the greater value of the Hitachi name in England at the time. Intel contracted with computer makers to show the Intel Inside logo in their ads, in return for a 3% rebate on chip purchases. Customers thought, computer makers know their stuff. So if they make an effort to tell me that Intel makes a part of this computer, it must be good. Brand equity is based on dependable products and years of advertising and promotion. Of course, brand equity can also be bought. Corporate takeovers and mergers are often about buying brand equity. Pillsbury, Burger King, Progresso, Vandekamps, Pet, Häagen-Dazs, Green Giant, and Totino's brands are or were owned by Grand Metropolitan, an English company. Brand names including Hunt, Wesson, Healthy Choice, Armour, Swift, Eckrich, Oscar Mayer, LaChoy, Peter Pan, Banquet, Morton's, Patio, and Orville Redenbacher are owned by a company named ConAgra. Another reason a brand is so valuable is that it can be applied to other products, a practice called a brand extension. Arm & Hammer is baking soda, but people don't buy much baking soda, so how could they use the power of the name to sell more? The answer was to extend the brand, here to deodorant, toothpaste, detergent, even cat litter deodorizer. Quaker Oatmeal extended its brand from oatmeal cereal to breakfast bars. Centrum extended its line from vitamins to herbal supplements. Ocean Spray established a strong brand for a commodity, cranberries. But most people buy cranberries only around Thanksgiving. How could Ocean Spray extend its brand? By producing a line of cranberry-based beverages. New items in the same product category, usually with new features, flavors, or colors, extend the product line, so are called line extensions. Listerine mouthwash extended its mouthwash line with a tartar control variety. About 70% of the 16,000 new products introduced each year on grocery shelves are really line extensions rather than completely new products. Some companies downplay the corporate name in favor of individual brand names. Procter & Gamble sells a variety of laundry detergents, but not a Procter & Gamble brand. Other companies use sub-brands. This small vacuum cleaner bears the Dustbuster brand. Dustbuster is a sub-brand of Black & Decker. Shower Shine is a sub-brand of SC Johnson. Eggo Waffles is a sub-brand of Kellogg's. These companies believe unique names for each product stakes out a clearer space in consumers' minds. Dustbuster is a more clearly focused name than Black & Decker Minivac. When Nabisco decided to produce a reduced fat cookie, they didn't call it Nabisco Reduced Fat Devil's Food Cookies. They created a new brand, Snackwell. The brand was so successful, it was extended to a variety of other products united by the reduced fat idea. Some stores proudly advertise they sell a wide range of name brands. Other retailers make the store itself the brand name. Retailers such as The Limited, Benetton, Body Shop, and IKEA use the store name as the leading brand. Co-branding combines two or more well-known brands in one product or offer. Here it's Lay's and Casey Masterpiece barbecue sauce. Each expects the other to strengthen the appeal of the whole. Here Chiquita Bananas combines with Edie's ice cream. Here Betty Crocker's cake mix features Hershey's brand chocolate. Or Taco Bell and Blockbuster can piggyback brands. Companies with strong brands can allow other companies to use the names, a practice called licensing. A typical arrangement calls for the third party to use the brand on merchandise in return for royalty payments from 5 to 15% of sales. The company that made this lunchbox paid for a license to use the Flintstone name, giving the product instant recognition. The Coca-Cola brand is licensed to appear on over 10,000 products for well over $1 billion. In fashion, licenses are available for names such as Christian Dior, Bill Blass, Calvin Klein, Armani, Gucci, and Ralph Lauren. The Martha Stewart name is licensed by Kmart to sell everything from towels to garden dirt. Candy manufacturers whose names you might not recognize gain instant recognition by licensing well-known brands to display on their packages. Agents who represent movie, sport, and music stars now realize they can market their clients using many of the same techniques used to sell soap and cereal. They shape the celebrity into a brand, complete with a well-known name and a carefully created image. Professional athletes can earn more by becoming a well-recognized name that can be licensed, co-branded, and extended, just like any other brand name. From the earliest days of Hollywood, stars and their agents created brand names for themselves. Diane Belmont became Lucille Ball. Norma Jean Baker became Marilyn Monroe. Louise Ciccone became Madonna. Thomas Mapother IV became Tom Cruise. Demetria Guiney became Demi Moore. Karen Johnson became Whoopi Goldberg. Brand equity for a celebrity is name recognition. A celebrity can cash in brand equity by attaching his or her name to saleable products, a book, a speech, CD, computer game, or restaurant. Musicians or athletes appear in movies. By crossing into different media, they extend their brand recognition, thus strengthening brand equity. Stars receive huge dollar amounts for films because they provide brand recognition for an unknown new product. A known star is to a movie what the McDonald's name is to eating on the road. Movies themselves can become strong brands that last for years through brand extensions called sequels. Star Wars is one of the strongest brands in movie history, and its name is worth billions for licensing alone. Brand names often describe the product or make a claim for what it does. Lean Cuisine, Healthy Choice, Mop and Glow, Handy Wrap, Off, Eveready, Liquid Plumber. The word Pepsi once described the drink. Pepsi-Cola was originally named to suggest its supposed ability to relieve dyspepsia and the pains of a peptic ulcer. A brand sold worldwide has to work in all languages. General Motors marketed a car named the Nova for many years, but could not use the name in Spanish-speaking countries. In Spanish, Nova means doesn't go. The Mexican bread Bimbo might have some problems in the US, as would the Japanese drink Pocari Sweat, or the Greek soft drink Zit. When the Campbell Soup Company tested a line of spaghetti sauces, it found some people thought the sauce was soupy. It wasn't any more soupy than the competition, but the Campbell name gave some that perception. So Campbell used the brand name Prego for the sauces. A brand name gains legal protection by being registered or trademarked. That R in a circle means a federally registered name, and TM stands for a product's trademark. A trademark gives its owner the exclusive right to the name. It marks the name as off limits to other companies and lets the consumer know who stands behind the product. For services, say Visa or American Express, the protection is called a service mark. A trademark can be an actual brand or corporate name, or a symbol of that name. There are over 1.2 million trademarks registered with the U.S. government alone. Companies protect their trade names. McDonald's wants to ensure it is the only McDonald's restaurant, even if your name is Sarah McDonald and you open your own hamburger stand. All corporations take similar care to protect their brands. Consider these words: aspirin, cellophane, linoleum, kerosene, zipper, granola, and yo-yo. They were all once protected brand names. Today, they are merely generic words, enjoying no special legal protection. Marketers not only give products and services a name, they create personalities and bring things to life. In a sense, they are animators. One analysis found people think of Coke as real and authentic, Pepsi as young and spirited, and Dr. Pepper as nonconforming. Another study found people judge brands using 5 personality traits. They see products with different mixes of sincerity, excitement, competence, sophistication, and ruggedness. The mix is what creates the brand's personality. When Metropolitan Life Insurance Company wanted to appear friendly and caring, it licensed Peanuts characters. The characters served to put a soft, even lovable face on an insurance company. Consumers favor brands with a personality compatible to the person they are or want to be. Apple computers express a non-corporate, creative personality. Apple loyalists don't use computers, they use Macs. Harley-Davidson riders feel differently riding a Harley than they would a Yamaha. From Mac users to Harley men, a brand can become a badge used by the consumer to announce identity. The brand becomes not just a name, but a part of the person. Selecting brands becomes part of building what we call a lifestyle. It was Shakespeare who asked, "What's in a name?" In today's consumer world, the answer is simply everything.